no one at it. Arsenal thoroughly deserved it. We can't have any complaints. How did you see it?
It's honestly just so frustrating. Like, you see that midweek and like with even the PSG match, and then it's the same thing happens every time. We're just so inconsistent. I mean, our midfield today, you see the players on there, and we got absolutely dominated. Like, how is Scott McTominay still starting in midfield? I generally don't get the point. Like, players skip past him like there's no tomorrow. He can't pass it out. His positioning was all over the place. I literally don't get it. And then he stayed on for 90 minutes. I honestly don't understand. I don't understand the fact that Ollie doesn't think Bruno and Van der Beek can play together. Van der Beek was so important. He was so needed today because of his quick passing. And yet he comes on late. Like, he just makes his substitutions so late. And the way that we set out for the game today, I mean, we've got no plan B. If we can't go on the counter-attack, we can't break teams down. I mean, you might as well sit in for a 0-0 and hope they don't score, because it doesn't look like we're scoring. And then you see the talent that's on the pitch, and what, you can't score with all them players on the pitch. It's such a joke.
It sounds like, out of your frustration, that you're kind of labeling it towards, in terms of like Ollie, in terms of the setup. Like, how can we have such attacking players? I mean, he went with a diamond. He went positive. I'm gonna own that. I said I'm glad he's gone with the diamond, and it didn't work. It didn't work so bad that we were lucky to go in at half time 0-0, only to revert back to the system that we all said we didn't want it. Are we getting confused as fans now as to actually what is our best formation? Do we even know what it is?
Well, I think the diamond would have worked. I mean, why has he changed it? Why is McTominay playing on the right and Fred's playing CDM? Fred's not an out-and-out CDM. He needs space in the box. He needs space. I mean, he needs space and energy to run and catch players. He can't hold that midfield. He can't lead it properly like Matic can. I mean, McTominay, I feel like, why is he playing on that side as a box-to-box? He can't pass it and players just run through him. I don't understand. So I don't get why he's changed that. And also, were we positive, though? Because we couldn't get out of our own half. And you didn't really see us going forward that much. I don't think we were positive that much. And I think we need Matic in that CDM role to lead the back line. I feel like, not to hate on like Maguire and stuff, because I mean, I thought the defence was all right today. But I just don't see him leading everyone forward. I thought when Matic came on, he showed much more leadership than was there the whole game. And his substitutions as well, I mean, they were just wrong. When you see the game in that way, when basically they've got the players behind the ball, but they're also going to put players forward when they go for it, and that the boss in the midfield, you need to make changes so you can control the midfield again, which in the likes of Van der Beek, where you can do short little passes. I mean, Pogba was not very good today at all. He was awful. I mean, I don't think he belongs in the Premier League, to be honest. And yet he stays on and plays on the left wing where he has absolutely no pace. I just didn't get the decisions.
Well, on that, I mean, there was a bunch of bad performances today, not just Paul Pogba, but he gave away the penalty that has ultimately, led to us losing the game. But it could have, Arsenal were dominant, but it got like really desperate at times in terms of Ollie was moving Bruno, then moving Mason, then moving Rashford, then moving Pogba to left wing. It was like just getting really desperate, and it looked like there was just no plan. It looked like we just throw the kitchen sink at everything and try and keep all the top attackers on, and it just didn't work. Arsenal's plan and tactics outdone us today.
Yeah, Arteta completely has outdone Ollie today. I mean, it's not Ollie and Ollie. It's not that matter. It's the fact we played poorly. The tactics were off, and I think another thing that I just want to mention is I do think we can play the diamond like we did against Leipzig. But I think Martial is completely underrated as a centre-forward player. I mean, Rashford and Greenwood both cannot hold the ball up the way Martial does. And that is so vital in teams' performances in order to give people space to unlock the pockets of space for people to run into and make passes. And I think we really miss Martial today. And I hope people can start to see how much of a difference he actually makes. I mean, I don't think Greenwood should have come off. I thought he was playing quite well. But again, Ollie has favourites, doesn't he? I don't think Rashford particularly showed any sign of anything. So up front, we didn't have much, but I thought out of the two, Greenwood showed more. And I think when Cavani came on, Cavani should have gone up front, and because he changed the formation, Greenwood should have gone out to the right, and then Rashford to the left. And I thought Pogba should have come off. I don't see what Pogba was offering us much that game, but no one had a great game. But you just can't defend him taking Bruno off when you need to score, and McTominay's playing 90 minutes. It's just frustrating.
What does Ollie stick with that diamond for you and play it correctly? Would you like to see him scrap that? It feels like we say this after every bad result, scrap that and do this. As fans, it's like we don't have a clue what our best formation is anymore. But would you like to see Solskjaer stick with that diamond, but just implement it with the likes of Martial in the right position, Fred back to the right-hand side of it, and Matic at the base of it? Or would you just move on from it already?
Well, that's a problem. Nothing we do seems to be working consistently. We've got no consistency, and I think for me, like you've got to play the diamond again. You've got to persist with it. I mean, I thought it worked really well at Leipzig, and I think with Martial in that front two with Rashford, I think their play together, they really complement each other up front. And I think you should put Fred back on the right side where he has the space and the energy to just do what he does best, which is win the ball back. And I think Matic should be starting in the CDM. I know it's hard because he's getting on a bit and stuff now, but he leads the midfield. Like, people don't recognise his leadership in there, and he's just calmer with it. I mean, I think Van der Beek should have started possibly even instead of Pogba today. I mean,
would you do that now going forward?
I think so. I mean, the problem with Pogba is I don't want to hate on him. I don't want to, but he's inconsistent and you cannot trust him. You cannot trust him. I've seen something like he's give away 3 of our last 5 penalties. I mean, you can't blame him for today. I mean, our attacking players should have done better going forward, and Arsenal deserve to win anyway. You can't blame him completely for losing, but it is frustrating when he's constantly getting the ball taken off him in the third of the opposition's third, and then he's also very likely to make a rash challenge that today did end up costing us the match. So I'd play Van der Beek with Bruno. That's another thing. It annoys me that Ollie doesn't think we can play Van der Beek and Bruno together. I think they can complement each other really well. I mean, when I saw them play at Newcastle, I mean, it was only for a split for a bit, and obviously, no disrespect to Newcastle, but it wasn't. They're not like the most high quality team, but I thought they played well together. I think Bruno, his problem today was he was trying to find the balls, but no one's playing at the tempo he was trying to play at. Everyone was just slow and he had nowhere to go, and you could see him getting so frustrated because the fullbacks offer absolutely nothing. And people aren't on the same intelligence level as him, and I feel like Van der Beek can be that, and I think he should start in the diamond. I mean, I feel like I think at Ajax he didn't even play as a number 10 for the majority of the time. I think he was a box-to-box midfielder, so I don't understand why we're not trying him out in that, especially when the team that the players that he keeps persisting with aren't getting results. They are not consistent. So I think we should play the diamond, but I think we should try Van der Beek in there. And we need Martial back ASAP in the Premier League. We're missing him massively.
So in that diamond, you'd go Van der Beek, Matic, Fred on the right hand side, and Bruno in the 10.
Yeah, or even Fred on the left and Van der Beek on the right. It doesn't really matter to me. But that's what I do, and I think you'd see a completely different game today. And another thing I wanted to say as well is I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the coach. Well, it is the coaching, but we constantly. I mean, my friend watches like the matches with us here at uni, and she's not even that into football. But even she said today, like, United, they never seem like they start like fast. Like, they're always slow to start. It's like it takes us the first half to warm up. That is not possible for us going forward. We cannot for the whole first half just be slow, sluggish, not be able to string passes together. I mean, you look at our team compared to Arsenal's team today and you think, oh, we've got a good chance. I was really excited when I saw the Arsenal lineup. I was like, that talent, I mean, against that Arsenal side, I think we're going to do really well. But we couldn't get through the midfield, and it was just too little too late.
Very predictable today. Beth, we go away to Istanbul in the Champions League, hopefully get a win there. And then another tough game away to Everton, who are on a bad run themselves, but it won't be easy. Are you confident of 2 wins there?
I mean, I'm confident. I'm confident midweek against Istanbul, because we do seem to do well in the Champions League. That's the way it's going. But if we do beat Istanbul, which we're expected to do, and it will be very, very disappointing if we don't, then you still now you can't really get excited about it, because you know you're going to go back to the Premier League and you don't know what's coming. We're so inconsistent in the Premier League, and there's no plan B from counter-attack. And Ancelotti is a great manager, and he'll be able to read it really well. So I'm not that confident for the Everton game. If what's his name again? The Everton Ancelotti. If Ancelotti takes on the same stance as Chelsea and Lampard and Arteta has, and set up to combat our strength, there's no plan B. So if he does that, I won't be that confident, because I don't feel like we can break teams down the way that they're being coached now. But hopefully we're going to see a difference, and we will be able to break Everton down. But I'm just not that confident in it, and it's just so frustrating going from that in the Champions League to this in the Premier League.
Well, hopefully we go and get 2 W's in the next game. In the next couple, it's going to be really
the only ways up from here, isn't it? So
yeah. Okay, no problem. We will see you then. Take care.
Take care.